What's up, guys? It's the morning. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. I am going to be doing a What I Eat in a Day episode. This is sort of like a special episode because I've already done a What I Eat in a Day episode when I was shredding for the wedding. And so now I am preparing for the arrival of my daughter. And so this is a What I Eat in a Day second trimester edition, and I am currently 23 weeks pregnant. I hope you enjoy. All right, belly shot before I eat any food. This is first thing in the morning. And trust me, it gets a lot bigger throughout the day. So as far as water intake, I try to wake up and drink first thing in the morning 25 ounces of water just to get my metabolism going. And I will try my best to drink 4 of these a day or 100 ounces of water minimum. This in my eggs. It is a form of seaweed and it gives me some nice iodine in my diet, and I also season my food with Himalayan pink sea salt, or when I have it, it's coming in the mail, salted gray sea salt. And for oils, I've really just been loving avocado oil during my pregnancy because it's pretty tasteless and odorless and it doesn't remind me of anything. So I actually do have some food aversions, and I guess it's in the form of bacon fat or like coconut oil in my cooking. One is 2 pasture-raised eggs scrambled with baby kale and grape tomatoes with a side of maple chicken sausage. These sausages are from Applegate. I've been really loving them during my pregnancy. Breakfast is served. Taking my supplements now, my fish oil, which is prenatal DHA, has some vitamin D, but I also take a little bit of vitamin D. I take ginger still for upset stomachs and heartburn, and my prenatal vitamin. First, I fill my water back up to another 25 ounce container, and I have some coffee. Now, because it's hot out, but I do usually prefer hot coffee. And I've been putting some cinnamon in it to kind of like match like a horchata. It's very good, trust me. And then I just pour my coffee over and leave a little bit of room at the top for some organic dairy of my choice. I love cream because it makes your coffee so light. When it's hot, I love to use full-fat coconut milk, but full-fat coconut milk in iced coffee will make it chunky. Boom, iced coffee. I know that you have probably heard of the term eating for two, and just know that that is a myth. You should not double the amount of food that you are eating, especially not right off the bat. So I would say, and this is what I've been doing, is just follow the way you feel. So during the first trimester, I was very, very queasy, and I did not eat a lot of calories. A lot of people are very, very queasy. They're vomiting. A lot of people lose weight in the first trimester. So I really didn't gain any weight in the first trimester, and that's completely normal. And it's fine if you do gain a ton of weight in the first trimester. Go for it. If you're hungry, follow those intuitions. Obviously, I'm making much more healthier decisions now for the baby, and so those healthier decisions may include fruit as a dessert versus some like of a chocolate bar or Ben & Jerry's ice cream or something like that. I still eat those things, but just not as frequently as before. They recommend that your calories increase in the second and third trimester. Again, I'm just going to pay attention to my body, and if I am hungry, I will eat, making all those choices healthy. So that's my biggest advice for you, is don't freak out about like tracking your calories and trying to figure out, well, I would pay attention to your protein. Protein intake is definitely important to track, just to make sure you're eating enough, but don't harp over, if you are not eating enough calories, your body's gonna tell you, you're gonna be hungry. So that's what I have to say. Speaking of protein, I love this book, Real Food for Pregnancy by Lily Nichols. She also writes the book about gestational diabetes during pregnancy. So this has been my go-to when it comes to nutrition. Actual protein needs are 39% higher in early pregnancy, defined as less than 20 weeks by this study, and 73% higher in late pregnancy after 31 weeks when compared to current estimated average requirements. This puts optimal protein intake at or above 100 grams per day for an average weight woman in her third trimester. The take-home message from this research is that your body demands for protein increases steadily as your pregnancy progresses. In the first half of pregnancy, aim for a minimum of 80 grams of protein per day. In the second half of pregnancy, aim for a minimum of 100 grams of protein per day. If you're a larger person or are very physically active, you may want to aim a little higher. All right, so I just went for a nice walk around the neighborhood, and it's about 3 hours after I ate breakfast. So I'm gonna eat my meal number 2 of the day, which today is going to be a smoothie. I start with a little bit of ice cubes because I don't know about you, but I like cold smoothies. And that was one of my biggest cravings at the beginning of my pregnancy, was a cold chocolate smoothie. So I'm putting in just some chopped spinach. That's about a half a cup. I knew that was what was left over. So I like to do spinach in my smoothies because I do kale for breakfast. So it gives me 2 leafy green varieties already. And then I'm gonna do about 3/4 of a frozen banana. And again, that's just for some sweetness, more texture to the smoothie, and great potassium and fiber. I'm adding a little bit of cinnamon into my smoothie for blood pressure regulation. I also like the taste of it. The protein powder that I use is Aloha chocolate protein, and this is a vegan protein. I don't necessarily go for vegan because I obviously eat meat, as you saw, but I actually like the variety that a vegan protein will give you. So this one is made out of pea protein, brown rice protein, hemp seed, and pumpkin seed protein. So all of those different foods give you different nutrients. So I know that this has really high iron and magnesium. So 2 scoops of that is 18 grams of protein. And another way I get some protein is I love collagen peptides. I was even taking these before my pregnancy, but these are excellent for collagen synthesis. So keeping my connective tissue nice and strong during pregnancy, especially if that's going to be good for the linea alba if I get that stretching and any of that separation. Good for joint health, hair, nails, everything like that. That's why I have such long hair. I put in 2 Brazil nuts because Brazil nuts contain excellent selenium. And then I'm also going to put a tablespoon of sunflower seeds. Having a well-rounded variety of fats as well as vegetables and fruits is going to really just give you all those nutrients that you need. So this is extremely high in vitamin E. Just, in this one smoothie, it's like I'm taking another prenatal. And that's why I don't really worry too much about the actual supplements that I take during pregnancy, because I try to eat a really well-rounded diet. I'm gonna fill this up with about 8 to 10 ounces of water, shake it up and drink it. And I just use the water right from my container to supplement my smoothie. So it helps me drink more water too. It also just really helps me to have more frequent smaller meals throughout the day versus a huge breakfast, a huge lunch, and a huge dinner, because those types of foods will give me nausea and heartburn. All right, so it's about 3 hours after my smoothie. It's around 2:15, so I'm going to eat lunch. Lunch is really simple because I pre-make and meal prep everything on Sunday. I'm going to make some brown rice. Trader Joe's frozen organic rice is such a savior. You put this in the microwave for 3 minutes and it comes out like perfect rice. And I usually have a half of this package as 1 serving. This is the sauerkraut that I use. I love to just put a little bit of the sauerkraut on the side of my meals at lunch, because sauerkraut is going to contain a ton of naturally occurring probiotics, which are great for pregnancy, great in general. I don't necessarily like to take a probiotic supplement because it always messes up my digestion, but taking it in food form is very, very helpful. This is going to help in the reduction of beat strep, so testing positive for GBS towards the end of your pregnancy. If you eat a lot of probiotic rich foods and take a probiotic, this can help in that. It also helps in that microbiome, the flora that's going to be collected while your baby travels down the vaginal canal to create his or her own microbiome. So just having healthy probiotics in your diet, food form or pill form, is excellent. Some other ways that you can do this is like yogurts or kefir or fermented vegetables, pickles, kombucha if you were drinking it before is also a great option. Okay, so lunch is some organic chicken thighs, some organic brown rice with grass-fed butter, a side of sauerkraut, and some mixed veggies. This is green bell peppers, red onions, and zucchinis that were grilled on a skewer. Lunch is served. After lunch, I was craving something sweet, so I just pulled some green grapes out of the freezer. So frozen grapes are so yummy. Try it. All right, last meal of the day, we got some local pork chops, roasted carrots, and a Greek salad. Dinner is served. Okay, so it's the end of the day. I may or may not have some dessert later on. I am a junk food baby, as my parents would call me, and have a severe sweet tooth. So if I do have a dessert, I'll show you after this. But I wanted to end the clip also with a belly shot at the end of the day. This is after all of my meals. I don't really know if you're gonna be able to see a huge difference, but I mean, I definitely feel a huge difference. So this is my end of the day belly. I feel really bloated. I feel like it's a lot bigger than lunchtime. I mean, breakfast. Maybe I'll put a before and after side by side. But it's crazy. The baby takes up so much space and then the food can only fit so much. Thanks guys for watching.